Hi, I'm Kathy with KMI, and you'll see the Port of Miami in the background. And a precursor to what you're going to see in the next few minutes, I have a really fascinating interview with Luke, who's the Assistant Cruise Director. And you'll notice that he's wearing a mask, and all Seabourn crew and staff had to wear a mask. Obviously, I did not. And I also want you to stay on for a few quick and kind of funny bloopers. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Hi, my name is Kathy Moran, Virtuoso Travel Advisor with KMI, and we are on location with Luke Murgatroyd, who's the Assistant Cruise Director for the Seabourn Ovation, which we've just completed 2 weeks on. We're very sad to leave. But tell us about the recent promotion that you just got, Luke.
So my next assignment will be heading over to the Seabourn Venture, which is Seabourn's new purpose-built ultra-luxury expedition vessel. And we're going to be circumnavigating the world on its first year and getting into places that not many cruise lines have ever been to before, just due to the very nature of the size of the vessel.
Wow, that's really exciting. So one of the things that we've been thinking a lot about is that you might be too young for this, but in 1977 the Love Boat came out, and that really changed cruising. People saw it in a whole different light. And so the thought I had was maybe we'd spend a few minutes talking about cruising reinvented. And so one of the main things I think my clients look for in cruising is an itinerary. That's important to them. And can you tell me over the past, I think you've been involved 12 years in cruising?
12 years at sea, yeah.
Yeah, so how have you seen the cruise itineraries change over that time?
Over the past 12 years, I think cruises started off with more mainland itineraries, and what I mean by that is the more bigger ports, the safer ports of call, if you will. So Kusadasi, or always going to Miami, or going to Rhodes, going to the places that you would expect to go on a cruise. So going back again to the Seabourn Venture, we're going to places that haven't really been touched before by humans, by cruise ships. So one place is Iquitos down in Peru. We're going to sail down the Amazon and go nearly twice the distance down and end up down in Peru, which not many ships get to do, just again due to the size of them and due to the very design of the ship.
Yeah, so they've gotten more creative with their itineraries.
A lot more creative.
And do they do that by guest feedback?
Guest feedback is one, and trying to open guests up to new experiences just around the world and new cultures.
And I know some cruises are doing overnights, or at least spending longer in port. Do you see that happening as well?
Yeah, I think guests want to go more inland and mainland again. So I know on our ships we have quite a few, especially in South America, quite a few mainland tours where the ship will stay overnight, and then we will organise a chartered plane or something like that to go really deep down into South America and get experiences that you just can't get on a normal itinerary when you're only there for 6 or 7 hours.
And then so another thing that I think really has reinvented itself is dining. And that's a really important part of cruising. So again, you've been doing this for over 12 years. How have you seen dining change?
Dining has changed from more guests used to expect big gala nights a lot of the time, and with that big banquets and feasts every single night, whereas now a lot of guests have, with the world changing how it is, we have a lot more vegan guests. 12 years ago there wasn't really many vegan guests. There's definitely more vegetarian guests. There's more guests that look at saturated fats and the diet in general. So I know we've changed a lot, and Seabourn Square, for example, will now offer a selection of five different selections throughout the day, from fresh fruit juices to fresh bread to oatmeals and things like that, trying to focus on the more healthy side of eating.
And that's where we spent a lot of our time, Seabourn Square. You know, the little bites throughout the day. I think a lot of people are moving toward that as well.
Yeah, it's delicious.
But one of we cruised, it was maybe 18 years ago, and I know people since have had set dining times. And 15 years ago it was actually a set people that you sat with almost every evening.
Yep.
Has that changed?
That's changed for a few lines. So again, for the family market, you still do get seated dinner sittings, especially with the bigger ships, because operational wise it's just impossible to cater for every guest if they all come to dinner at the same time or within the same time frame. On Seabourn, we still have ample room for all guests at all dining outlets, so we don't require any reservations in the main dining room. We have certain a la carte restaurants where we like you to book ahead, like the Thomas Keller Grill, where we are now. And yeah, with Seabourn, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Right, and I would say that we had Thomas Keller, we were able to get in 3 times, which I think is a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were very willing to do that as well. And then we never had a problem for a reservation. You know,
Perfect.
we're able to walk in,
Yep.
and that's great, because I know a lot of people stress about that.
Yeah.
And one less thing to think about. So, and one of the actual surprises on this ship was the entertainment, which I know you're a big part of.
Absolutely.
You and Ross, who's the cruise director, have fabulous voices
Thank you very much.
and did just some wonderful things for the guests. So can you tell us particularly how Seabourn looks at entertainment, and then also what maybe you've noticed in the last 12 years changing?
I think now at sea we try to get a lot more variety in the entertainment. 12 years ago there used to be very few guest entertainers that would come over to a ship, and now our main offering on show nights involves a heavy part of guest entertainers, so we can add different variety to the entire cruise. So this cruise we've had concert pianists, we've had rock and roll pianists, we've had guitarists, we've got a comedy magician as well. Other cruises we get so much variety and so many talented people that they get to come, as well as our cast that are on board. Usually they've got West End or touring experience, and they work for a company called Belinda King Productions, which is she produces shows exclusively for Seabourn, and with that we have partnerships with Sir Tim Rice, and he's put together an evening with Sir Tim Rice which is just special to Seabourn. You won't find that on any other cruise line. So we're really blessed to get a variety of entertainment on board, and that's just the shows. During the day we have different conversations, we have different arts and crafts activities, we've got trivia which you came to today. We try to offer just as much variety as we can.
Yeah, and we had 5 days at sea, and we were not bored. There was always something to do, and we read a lot. You know, you can read, you can, you know, listen to music and do all those sorts of things, but there's a schedule of things that you can take part of, guest lectures, and like you said, we did the trivia today, which I felt bad about because we hadn't done that. There was a last day at sea, and we heard so many people talking about it, and then we just realized, wow, this is why it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So, but I want to thank you for taking the time.
No problem.
And I know you're a rising star in Seabourn, and so we look forward to maybe being on one of your ships, because we're interested in expedition. So we may see you
On the
sometime.
Seabourn Venture.
I think so. All right. Well,
you very
thank
much.
you. It was live from the Seabourn Ovation, our last day of cruising. We're so sad, but we have, you know, Luke and his team have done such a wonderful job, and looking forward to coming home and to talking with all of you. But we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
See you later. So I'm heading next to the Seabourn Ovation. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Kathy Moran with Virtual.
So I am from the northern part of English. Northern part. Can we start again?
We'll
Northern
start.
part of English.